Hello students, this is Muhammad Kashif Iqbal from Jamia Hamdard, New Delhi. Today we will discuss about the drug distribution system. This drug distribution system is a part of biopharmaceutics and pharmacokinetics. Students, under drug distribution system we have different learning objectives such as introduction, steps in drug distribution, factors affecting distribution of drugs, characteristics of various protein affecting drug distribution, volume of distribution and summary of this topic. Now we start with the first part of the drug distribution system is the introduction. After entry of drugs into systemic circulation by different routes including intravascular injection or oral administration or any of the various extravascular sites, the drug enters into a number of processes called disposition process. The process involved in the disposition is mentioned below as following. We have two steps, distribution and elimination. The distribution is the reversible transfer of drug between blood and other remaining compartments of the body. Elimination is the irreversible loss of drug from the body. It is further divided into the two mechanisms such as biotransformation or metabolism and excretion. Students, now we discuss about the steps in drug distribution. The process of moving a drug from the bloodstream to tissue is referred to as distribution, which involves different steps, and this is discussed in figure. Students, the free and unbound drug present in the bloodstream permeates through the wall of the capillary and enters into the interstitial or extracellular fluid. The drug present in the ECF permeates through the tissue cells and enters into the intracellular fluid. This is the rate limiting steps which involves the major factors such as rate of perfusion to the extracellular tissue and permeability of membrane for drugs. Students, there are different characteristics of drug distribution processes such as drug distribution is a passive process and concentration gradient is the driving force between the blood and extravascular tissues until equilibrium is achieved. Mainly lipophilicity and protein binding capacity is responsible for the distribution of drugs in the body. Low plasma binding or high tissue binding or high lipophilicity usually means a great tissue distribution. In pharmacokinetics, the drug distribution is delineating by the parameter Vd, means apparent volume of distribution. The limit to which a drug distributes affects the concentration at a steady state. Numbers of drugs exhibit a non-uniform distribution in the body with variation that are largely apprised by the capability to pass through membranes and their lipid water solubility. Ions and small water soluble molecules diffuse via aqueous channel or pores, whereas lipid soluble drug molecules penetrates the membrane itself. Ions of moderate size, molecular weight more than 50 or more, and water soluble molecules cannot permeate cells easily besides by a special transport mechanism. Students, there are different importances of distribution of processes such as distribution of drug plays an important role in the onset and intensity of a pharmacological response and process makes the drug reach the site of action. For example, short duration of action of thiopental is due to its fast distribution to body muscle and fats, removing the drug from its site of action, that is from CNS. On the contrary, drugs which can be stored in the body tissues may provide prolonged action if the site of action is embedded in these tissues. Students, now we discuss about the different factors affecting distribution of drug. Distribution of drug is the process which is not uniform throughout the body because of a number of reasons. The various factors that affect the rate and extent of drug distribution inside the body are membrane permeability, which depends on physicochemical properties of drug, and types and characteristic of various physiological barriers. Second, blood perfusion. Third, binding of drug to different component, and binding of drug is the depend upon the different factors such as binding of drugs to blood, binding of drugs to extravascular components. Next factor is miscellaneous factors. Under these miscellaneous factors, there are different important factors such as age, pregnancy, obesity and diseased state. Now, we start with the first factor, that is membrane permeability of drugs. Blood flow to the entire body tissue is in uniform manner, but the distribution of drug between tissues varies because of different tissue membrane permeability, physicochemical properties of drug and physiological barriers that limits the distribution of drug into tissue. Under this membrane permeability, first factor is physicochemical properties of drugs. The parameters that affect the distribution of drug are discussed as molecular size. Under this molecular size, smaller the molecular size of drug, more easily it cross the capillary membrane to enters into the extracellular interstitial fluid. Different processes are involved in absorption of different molecular size drugs. Those with a large molecular size undergo endocytosis or facilitated diffusion, while those with a smaller molecular size utilize aqueous diffusion or lipid channel. The rate of passive diffusion is inversely proportional to the square root of molecular size. Therefore, a smaller molecular diffuse more readily than larger ones. Only small molecules with size below 50 Daltons and water soluble in nature can enter into the cell through aqueous filled channels, whereas those with larger size are restricted unless a specialized transport system exists for them. Next physicochemical factor is degree of ionization. Different drugs are either acidic or basic and are present in ionized or unionized form, which is given by their dissociation constant value, means pKa. In the body, the ratio of the ionized and unionized forms depends on the pH of the medium. Only the unionized fraction of a drug is available to cross the cell membrane because of the lipid nature of the membrane. The degree of ionization of a drug in solution depends on the molecular structure of the drug and the pH of the medium. Most drugs are weak acids or weak bases and exist in equilibrium of unionized and ionized form. The variation in the ratio of the two forms with varying pH is given by Henderson-Hasselbalch equation. This may be expressed as pH equal to pKa plus log 10, means proton acceptor upon proton donator as a equation first. Therefore, for an acid XH, the relationship is pH equal to pKa plus log 10 into X minus upon XH, and for a base X, the corresponding equation is pH equal to pKa plus log 10 X upon XH plus. The pKa is constant for each drug and is the pH at which 50% of the drug molecules are ionized. It can be seen from the above equation that at a pH below their pKa, weak acids will be more unionized, and at a pH above their pKa, they will be more ionized. The reverse is true for weak bases. Ionization affects both the rate at which drug cross membranes and the steady state distribution of drug molecules between compartments of differing pH. Since the blood and ECF pH normally remain constant, that is 7.4, they do not have much of an influence on the drug diffusion unless there is an alteration in condition such as systemic acidosis or alkalosis. Next factors under this physicochemical factor which affect the drug distribution is lipid solubility. Non-polar substances dissolve freely in lipid and therefore easily diffuse through cell membrane. Greater solubility in the membrane generates a greater transmembrane concentration gradient, even if the aqueous concentration gradient between two compartments separate by the membrane remains the same. The solubility in the membrane can be expressed as a partition coefficient for the substance distributed between the lipid phases and the aqueous phases. The mobility of molecules within the lipid varies very little between different drugs, and so the partition coefficient is the most important variable affecting the permeability of the cell membrane. The next important factors under this physicochemical factor is protein binding. Only free unbound drug is available to cross the cell membrane. In the plasma, both albumins and globulins are available to which the drug bind. In general, albumin bind with neutral acidic drug while globulins binds with basic drugs. For drugs that are highly protein bound, small changes in the fraction of protein binding produces large change in the total amount of unbound drug. Pathological conditions such as acute infective or inflammatory processes or reduction in synthesis capacity due to liver impairment cause a reduction in albumin concentration and markedly affect the proportions of unbound drugs. Next factors in the physicochemical factors that affect the drug distribution system is types and characteristics of different physiological barriers. A special structure of membrane or barrier could be the restriction to the permeability or distribution of drugs to some tissues. Some important barriers are the simple capillary endothelial barriers, the simple cell membrane barriers, blood-brain barriers, blood cerebrospinal fluid barriers, placental barriers, blood-testis barriers. First, the simple capillary endothelial barrier. The capillary barriers that supply blood to the tissue are not a barrier to the moieties like drugs. Thus, all drugs, whether it is ionized or unionized form with a less molecular size 600 Daltons, diffuse through the capillary endothelial and into the interstitial fluid. The drugs bound to the blood components are not able to cross the barrier because of the higher molecular size of the complex. Next, the simple cell membrane barrier. Once the drug diffuses from the capillary wall into the extracellular fluid, then the entry of drugs into the cells or those tissue which are surrounded by membrane are governed by the permeability of drugs. One such type of a barrier is the gastrointestinal cells that are surrounded by the lipoidal barriers which limit the drug absorption. Next barrier is blood-brain barrier. The capillary membrane between the plasma and brain cells is much less permeable to water soluble drugs than is the membrane between plasma and other tissues. Thus, the transfer of drugs into the brain is regulated by the blood-brain barriers. To gain access to the brain from the capillary circulation, drug must pass through cell rather than between them. Only drugs that have a high lipid water permeation coefficient can penetrate the tightly opposed capillary endothelial cells. Drugs that are partially ionized and only moderately lipid soluble will penetrate at considerably slower rates. Lipid insoluble or highly ionized drugs will fail to enter the brain in significant amount because the pH of the cerebrospinal fluid is about 7.35. There is some tendency for weak organic bases to concentrate in the cerebrospinal fluid and for weak organic acids to be excluded in addition, because only the unbound form of a drug is available for diffusion. Extensive plasma protein binding also can have dramatic effect on the extent of drug transfer into the brain. Next barrier is blood cerebrospinal fluid barrier. The CSF is formed by the choroidal plexus of the lateral third and fourth ventricles. This fluid is similar in composition of the ECF of brain. The capillary endothelium that lines the choroid plexus consists of open junction of gaps through which drugs can freely flow into the extracellular space between the capillary wall and choroidal cells. However, the choroidal cells are joined with each other by tight junction, forming the blood CSF barrier, which has permeability characteristics similar to the blood brain barrier. There are two important points under the CSF barrier is only highly lipid soluble drugs can cross the blood CSF barrier and moderately lipid soluble and partially ionized drugs permeate slowly. A drug that enters into CSF slowly cannot achieve a high concentration because the bulk flow of CSF continuously removes the drug. Students, next barrier is placental barrier. The blood vessels of the fetus and mother are separated by a number of tissue layers that collectively constitute the placental barrier. Drugs that traverse these barriers will reach the fetal circulation. The placental barrier, like the blood-brain barrier, does not prevent transport of all drugs but is selective, and factors that regulate passage of drugs through any membrane such as dissociation constant, lipid solubility, protein binding are applicable here. In general, substances those which are lipid soluble cross the placental barrier with relative ease in accordance with their lipid water partition coefficient and degree of ionization. Highly polar or ionized drugs do not cross the placenta readily. Students, next barrier is blood testis barrier. The existence of a barrier between the blood and testis is indicated by the absence of staining in testicular tissue after the intravascular junction of dyes. Morphological studies indicate that the barrier lies beyond the capillary endothelial cells and is most likely to be found at the specialized Sertoli-Sertoli junctions. It appears that PGP, the efflux transport protein, plays a role in preventing certain chemotherapeutic agent from reaching specific areas of the testis and hinders the treatment of testis cancer. Students, Now we discuss about the blood perfusion rate and how they affect the drug distribution system. The distribution of drugs is limited in two ways, such as the drug distribution is permeability rate limited and the drug distribution is perfusion rate limited. In the case of drug distribution is permeability rate limited are when the drug is ionic, polar or water soluble, where the highly selective physiological barrier restricted the diffusion of such drugs to the inside the cells. When perfusion rate limited under the drug distribution, when the drug is highly lipophilic, the membrane across which the drug is supposed to diffuse is highly permeable, such as those of the capillaries and the muscles. Perfusion rate is defined as the volume of blood that flows per unit time per unit volume of the tissue. The rate of blood perfusion to different organs varies widely as shown in the table. Total blood flow is greatest to brain, kidney, liver and muscles, with highest perfusion rates to brain, kidney, liver and heart. It would be expected that total drug concentration would rise most rapidly in these organs. Certain organs such as the adrenal and thyroid also have large perfusion rates. For example, the drug thiopental gets into the brain faster than muscles, whereas penicillin gets into muscles more quickly than it gets into brain. Thiopental is only partially ionized and passes into the brain or muscles easily. Perfusion limits the transport. Since brain has a higher perfusion rate, therefore thiopental can transfer in and out more quickly. Penicillin is quite polar and is thus slowly permeable. Permeability limited transfer is faster in muscle as muscle capillaries are less restrictive. Thus, transfer of penicillin is faster in muscles than brain. In brain, perfusion of membrane permeability limits drug transport or distribution. Thiopental diffuses readily, thus perfusion limits is distribution. Since perfusion is higher to the brain than the muscles, transport to the brain is faster. Penicillin less readily diffuses, thus it is diffusion which limits penicillin distribution. Muscle diffusion is easier, thus distribution into muscle is faster for penicillin than distribution into the brain. Students, now we discuss about the binding of drugs to tissue components. The drug present in the body can interact with several tissue components, which is divided into the two categories. First, blood plasma protein and second, extravascular tissues. Blood plasma. Most of the drugs after absorption from gut are transported into two forms, free forms and bond forms. In case of free form, the drug is solubilized in plasma and transported. If the drug is in the bond form, then it is bound with the plasma components like proteins, blood cells, etc. The drug may be bound with the protein like albumin, globulin, lipoprotein, glycoprotein, transferrin and many more. It also binds with RBC and to a small extent with the WBC. There are different types of protein present in the blood on the basis of their molecular weight and concentration. They bind with different drugs. The human serum albumin is the blood protein with the molecular weight of 65,000 Dalton, ranges in concentration from 3.5 to 5% and mostly bind with all types of drugs, whereas alpha 1 acid glycoproteins with molecular weight 44,000 and lipoprotein with molecular weight 2 lakhs to 34 lakhs Dalton bind with basic drugs. Basic drugs are such as imipramine, lidocaine and quinidine. The alpha 1 globulin, the molecular weight is 59,000 and alpha 2 globulin molecular weight is 1 lakh 34,000 are two types of globulin protein which binds with steroids such as corticosterone, thyroxine and cyanocobalamin. Cyanocobalamin is vitamin B12 and vitamin A, D, E, K and cupric iron respectively. Student, the protein present in highest concentration 11 to 16% with molecular weight 64,000 Dalton known as hemoglobulin bind with phenytoin, phenobarbital and phenothiazines. Albumin is a major carrier for weak acidic drug and alpha 1 glycoprotein binds to basic drug. Albumin and alpha 1 glycoprotein bind to drug non-specifically. Other proteins also acts as binding site to a small extent. Students, the binding of drug influences distribution, metabolism and elimination. These types of bond drugs are not available for the mechanism of action. Only the free drug shows the pharmacological activity. Drugs that are circulated in the body are bond and unbound form are in equilibrium. It means that the drug which are bound with plasma protein cannot diffuses through capillary wall to reach the site of action. At low dose, a drug that shows affinity for protein binding initially is excessively bound with plasma protein or any other substances. Therefore, the concentration of free drug is less. Students, now we discuss about the characteristics of various protein affecting drug distribution. First, albumin. It is produced by the liver and has a molecular weight of 69,000 Dalton. It is the most abundant plasma protein. In blood, around 7% of protein is present, out of which 54 to 55% is albumin. They are smaller in size and most of the weak acids are bound to it. The albumin binds with both positive and negative charged drugs. The bonds are not so strong but weak like hydrogen bond, van der Waals forces, hydrophobic forces, etc. Students, next protein is lipoprotein. The lipidic substances bind to the protein and are termed as lipoprotein. They are present in the low amount as compared to albumin. The drug molecule dissolve in the lipid portion of the lipoprotein and its lipid core is made up of the triglyceride cholesterol. All type of acidic, basic or neutral drug can be bind with the lipoprotein, but mostly weak basic drug shows affinity for this protein. They are classified into low density lipoprotein, high density lipoprotein and very low density lipoprotein. Students, next protein is globulin. There are three types of globulin: alpha, beta and gamma, which are produced by liver. Alpha and beta globulin acts as binding site for alpha steroidal drugs and fat soluble vitamins. Beta 1 globule is nothing but transferrin which bind and transfer ferrous ions. The bond and free drugs are always in the equilibrium, thus it is maintains the sink condition and provide free drugs when the free drug is lost by excretion and metabolism. Drug which bind with the blood plasma are discussed in table number 2, as mostly all type of drugs are bind with the human serum albumin. Basic drugs are generally bind with the alpha 1 acid glycoprotein and lipoprotein, and steroidal drugs are bind with the alpha 1 globulin and alpha 2 globulin. Students, now we discuss about the binding of drug component with tissue and extravascular component. There are different examples of extravascular tissue drug binding are discussed as paracetamol is bind with the liver, imipramine is bind with the lungs, heavy metal like lead and mercury are generally bind with the kidney. With the skin, chloroquine is bind, retinal pigment content such as melanin is bind with the eye. Tetracycline and phenytoins are bind or stored in the bones. DDT and thiopentols are bind with the fats of body. Drugs like paracetamol metabolite to carbon tetrachloride, which is bind irreversibly with the liver and lead to the hepatic toxicity. Students, there are different factors which affect the binding of protein and drug. First, drug related factor. Second, protein tissue related factors. In first, drug related factor, physicochemical characteristic of drug, drug concentration in the body, affinity of a drug for a particular binding component. In protein tissue related factors, first, physiochemical characteristic of the protein or binding agent, concentration of protein or binding components, number of binding sites on the binding agents, and next, drug interaction is one of the important factors that affect the protein binding of drug. Under this drug interaction, the competition between the drugs for binding sites is displacement interaction. Second, competition between the drug and normal tissue constituent. And next, allosteric change in protein molecules. A last factor that affects the protein binding is patient related factor. Under this, age, intersubject variation and disease states. Students, now we discuss about the volume of distribution. Volume of distribution means VD is also known as apparent volume of distribution. Apparent volume of distribution is the hypothetical volume of body fluid that is required to dissolve the amount of drug needed to achieve the same concentration in the blood. The apparent volume of distribution is not physiological volume. It cannot be lower than blood or plasma volume, but for some drug it can be much larger than body volume. The typical liquid volume in 70 kg of man is shown in table number 3. The formula used for the measurement of VD is VD equal to amount of drug in the body upon plasma drug concentration. The unit for apparent volume of distribution is liter per kilogram. The VD means volume of distribution may also be used to determine how readily a drug will displace into the body tissue compartment relative to the blood by the equation VD equal to Vp plus Vt into Fu upon Fut, whereas Vp equal to plasma volume, Vt equal to apparent tissue volume, Fu equal to fraction unbound in plasma, Fut fraction unbound in tissue. Student, the list of volume of distribution of drug is shown in table number 4. Students, now we finally summarize this topic as in the process of drug distribution after entry of drugs into systemic circulation by different routes including intravascular injection or oral administration or any of the various extravascular sites. The drug enters into the number of processes called disposition processes. This process involves distribution and elimination of drug in and from the body. There are different factors which affect the distribution of drugs were also explained in detail as how these factors affect the distribution and absorption of drug in the body, which involves tissue membrane permeability of drug, physicochemical properties of drug such as molecular size, lipid solubility, protein binding, and physiological barriers means simple capillary endothelial barriers, simple cell membrane barriers, blood brain barriers, blood cerebrospinal fluid barriers, placental barrier, etc. Blood perfusion is the one of the also important factor, and binding of drug to the tissue component is also discussed as a factor affecting the drug distribution system. Obesity, diet, disease state and drug interaction is also play an important role in the drug distribution. The volume of distribution is also known as VD, or apparent volume of distribution is the hypothetical volume of body fluid that would be required to dissolve the amount of drug needed to achieve the same concentration in the blood. Thank you.